winners bracket now. You know these guys, you know how good they are, and we saw some incredible gameplay displayed from all of them.
Yeah, PogoKieng versus Carrymeh is going to be an incredible matchup. Very excited to see how that goes. We should see some high-level tactics coming from both sides of the field. And then, of course, Strawberry 17 made an impressive showing, showed off some great technical skill in that first round.
Absolutely.
PokeAK, of course, another very well-versed competitor here. So some close matchups definitely coming up.
Yeah, I have to say, obviously, the only match in that original round for winners round 1 was Strawberry going 3-2, but because she was able to play more matches, I felt like we saw how skilled she is with some of the great switches, some of the great adjustments, and some kind of shield baiting as well. Like you said, a lot of technical skill displayed. Obviously, the other players have also pulled off really impressive victories, but it felt like maybe the matchups were a little bit more one-sided. So we'll be able, I think, to get some better demonstrations now of skill, and I'm really excited to see how that plays out.
Yeah, absolutely. And then even in this losers bracket, we're going to see the level of play increasing steadily as we get closer to these semifinals and finals.
Absolutely. So here we go. We've got 2 matches up there in the winner semifinals for you. Of course, 2 matches in the loser semifinals for you as well. The tournament is definitely underway. We still have a lot of games left, but I feel like it's really about to heat up. We've seen some really good games so far already, and this is going to be a great matchup. Here we go. We're going to get started. It's going to be King against, of course, his opponent, Carrymeh. And it's actually a Swampert coming out from King for one, so that's actually a new Pokemon we haven't seen too much of yet.
There's something that we didn't see in the first round, and this Swampert carrying Hydro Cannon here, one of those exclusive Community Day moves, a recent Community Day. Very powerful moves. So those special moves, Hydro Cannon, Frenzy Plant, Blast Burn, those starter Pokemon are going to learn those moves on Community Day, and that's very important to have if you're going into PvP with those Pokemon.
Yeah, absolutely, and pretty much almost always baiting out shields because of how much damage they do. Just such great power. Here's another Hydro Cannon, no shield, and look at that damage up against Carrymeh. Such a defensive Pokemon. I think definitely a great start for King right now as he's able to do a lot of damage, and he's already gotten a shield out. Looks like he's actually going to commit both of his shields earlier on this game. He feels confident with who he has in the back.
Maybe he's not so sure about the way the rest of his Pokemon match up against this Skarmory. Knows he needs to finish it off with the Swampert if he wants to have a chance.
Right. Another Hydro Cannon coming out. Looks like he missed one, but still able to get the excellent off, and no shield coming out, so Skarmory will go down. And if, like you mentioned, King is prioritizing an early Skarmory knockout, well, he definitely got that.
You can see how quickly this Hydro Cannon is
Oh
charging
my
up,
goodness.
and just how much damage it's dealing. Really showing you the importance of not missing those Community Day exclusive moves.
Absolutely. Once again, being able to chunk out for about 50% of damage or so. Carrymeh not opting for a shield. Gonna opt for an attack of his own. Of course, with all the shields already committed from King's End, he will fall down to this Psycho Boost from Deoxys. So it's 2-2 right now, but King does get a free switch in. And of course, he's been able to commit one shield out from Carrymeh's end. So it's gonna be close for sure, because of course, one shield from Carrymeh can really turn the tides here in this battle. But right now, Deoxys is really just smacking each other with their fast moves.
Both of these Deoxys trading counters back and forth. Carrymeh able to get his charge move off quicker. Psycho Boost not going to deal very much damage. King, though, opting for Rock Slide, knowing that it's at least going to be neutral.
Rock Slide definitely a stronger pick in terms of damage output, but of course Carrymeh still has one shield remaining. He will now commit that shield. So both players have used their shields, but it feels like King, the slight advantage right now, given that his Deoxys has a little bit more health. Prioritizing that knockdown Skarmory early, very nice, and now we'll be able to get a Rock Slide off as well. So being able to hit all of those should get the knockout here.
Yeah, able to get to that Rock Slide before Carrymeh, since he did have a little bit extra energy charged up after using those first charge moves in that matchup there.
Yeah, and Bastiodon, not the most ideal Pokemon because of the counters, like you mentioned, that Deoxys uses as its fast move. Right now, going for a Psycho Boost, it's not going to do, a ton of damage, but any damage against the last Pokemon is always quite nice. Actually, really minuscule damage there, but just the fast move of counter here is just chipping away so quickly.
Right, Deoxys definitely relying more on its fast move in this matchup than its charge moves, but still using these charge moves is a great way to stop damage from coming in while you're dealing that damage with a Psycho Boost.
Yep, so with no shields remaining, the Bastiodon here will be able to get a big Stone Edge off. Should get the knockout here in Deoxys, but King is perfectly content with that. He's able to bring in the Azumarill, which of course has that super effective bubble as its fast move, and with no shields remaining, any charge move at this point will finish off Carrymeh. So really nice to lead with the Swampert. I thought that was a really excellent lead against Carrymeh, which typically is a very consistent lead, but it feels like maybe the Swampert actually has the advantage there in that matchup.
Yeah, with the power of Hydro Cannon, that Swampert was really almost easily able to take that match away from Carrymeh.
Yeah, absolutely. So I feel like, normally it's, you don't expect to see shields committed very early on, like both shields that quickly. But like you mentioned, I think King's strategy here was, okay, as soon as I get rid of the Carrymeh, that'll really pave the way for the Pokemon I have in the back. And he was able to even bait out one shield, and that was enough for him. So definitely a close game, but in that Deoxys versus Deoxys matchup, I think also we saw the opposing Deoxys go for the Psycho Boost, and we saw just how little damage it did, whereas Rockslide obviously does so much more. So in that position, maybe it's a little bit better to not even try to go for the Psycho Boost, especially if you've gotten the shields out, get all the energy, and just go for one, if not two Rock Slides, or maybe Thunderbolt if it's carrying it.
Right, it shows the importance of being familiar with these matchups. Psycho Boost, definitely a move that costs less energy, so you're able to use it a little bit quicker, but in this case, it's the optimal choice to charge a little bit extra and then use that Rock Slide because it is going to deal significantly more damage.
So here we go, the second game. King with a early 1-0 lead, and a classic tale here as both Deoxyses fend off against each other, really just smacking away at each other. I believe King says Rock Slide, but Carrymeh says Thunderbolt, so who do you think has the advantage here?
Wow, it'll actually be really close. Both of these moves, in fact, all of Deoxys Defense Form's moves are great choices in PvP, so I'm interested to see how this one shakes out.
Quick early Rock Slide there from King, though, so he's gotten some good damage off immediately. Is he going to commit a shield here right now against the opposing Deoxys? And is it going to be the Psycho Boost or the Thunderbolt coming out? Going to be the Psycho Boost, not very much damage, maybe hoping to bait out a shield, but no shield there from King, so very nice play there. He's definitely got an early advantage. It's another Rock Slide coming out, able to connect with all of them, and he's able to get an excellent, so big Rock Slide coming out. King definitely in the advantageous position right now.
Definitely a good call by King, reading that attempted shield bait there. Carrymeh committing to the Thunderbolt here, dealing similar damage to the Rock Slide, but unfortunately will cost a little bit more energy, so maybe Rock Slide is the better move to have in this mirror match.
Yeah, this is so close. All right, Psycho Boost is going to come out. We saw how little damage it did, but Carrymeh's Deoxys is quite low. Is it enough to get the knockout? It looks like it will be able to. So early lead for King, but his Deoxys is about to fall down pretty quickly. He's not really close to getting a charge move off, but let's see. Oh, it's actually got enough energy. Okay.
Wow, able to get that Psycho Boost.
Yeah, Carrymeh is not happy about that.
Big, big play for King here.
Yeah, let's see if a shield comes out. No shield, but actually not that much damage, but I think King's definitely got to be content with that, given how low the Deoxys was in terms of health.
You're now choosing to send out Swampert again. We're going to see the power of Hydro Cannon. King chooses to use the shield, probably expecting something like Ice Beam.
Yep, exactly as you called it. It is going to be that Ice Beam. That would have done a lot of damage. Great shield there. Going to commit its first one, but I think a great shield opportunity. Can actually opt for the Hydro Cannon here, so of course Azumarill does resist that. We'll see if Carrymeh expects the Hydro Cannon. No shield comes out, but does do a fair amount of damage.
We do see King charging up enough energy to use Earthquake there, maybe trying to bait out a shield, tricking Carrymeh into thinking he was using Earthquake.
And it looks like there actually was a shield that time around, so maybe expecting the Earthquake like you mentioned this time, but King using up his last shield as well, so we'll take up this Ice Beam, but I think definitely in a great position right now. Of course, Carrymeh still does have one shield left, but we saw kind of how much damage Swampert can do with this Hydro Cannon, so Carrymeh really has to be effective on this last shield. We'll see if he decides to commit to it right now. Oh, he doesn't, and he took so much damage there.
No shield as the Carrymeh continues charging up. We're going to see Sky Attack coming across towards that Swampert. No shields left for King.
Ooh, so much damage. Actually gets the knockout, so really not a bad position for Carrymeh right now. He has two Pokemon. They're a little bit low, but he does, of course, have one shield, so he'll be able to block a big foul play coming out from this Umbreon. Umbreon's going to opt to go for it. You imagine Carrymeh's going to want to use it right now, but maybe he wants to conserve it for the Azumarill in the back. It looks like he will commit it here right now. Of course, Azumarill has a better typing against the Umbreon as well, so Carrymeh actually in quite the good position right now.
Right, and we're going to see no shields left for King. Sky Attack's not going to deal a ton of damage, but this Umbreon is on its back foot right now. King here trying to finish off the Carrymeh, decides to commit to the charge attack, charges up a little bit extra energy. but unfortunately unable to take that Skarmory down with just quick moves. Does have to commit that foul play to just a tiny sliver of that Skarmory's HP.
All right, here we go. Who's going to get the charge move off first? Oh, looks like it's going to be Azumarill. Will it be enough to get the knockout here with the Ice Beam that it's going for? Oh, let's see how much damage it does. It's so close, and Umbreon still hangs around. Oh, and it gets the charge move off. No way.
Able to get that last resort.
Wow. And an excellent attack there. Will be able, looks like, to get the knockout. Wow.
Enough damage as the time expires.
That was an incredible game. That was so close.
Came down to literally the last second, the last move.
Really great play there. I mean, from both ends. It was so close. Came down to the wire. I felt like we couldn't see the Azumarill on the Ice Beam, whether it was an excellent or a good attack, and or great, excuse me. And if it was maybe a great and not an excellent, that could have been the extra damage like he needed to win the game.
Right, yeah.
Oof.
Amazing, amazing play by both of these players. Let's see how Carrymeh adjusts heading into a potential elimination game.
Yeah, he's definitely been playing really, really well, but unfortunately just coming short both times by a little bit. I've really been impressed by the Swampert. I think if there's a grass-type Pokemon on Carrymeh's team, something like Tropius, for example, which I believe we saw earlier, that'd definitely be a great Pokemon to give Swampert a lot more difficult of a time, because right now it feels like the Swampert's able to just come in whenever it wants, doesn't have to really worry about the offense from the opposing side because there isn't any super effective grass-type attacks coming out.
Right, and that Swampert is actually a very recent addition to the Great League metagame here, as we just had Mudkip Community Day in July. So Swampert actually wasn't able to learn Hydro Cannon until very recently, so maybe Carrymeh hasn't had a ton of practice going up against this particular moveset.
Right, exactly. And that's one of the things, right? There are, anytime newer sets come out, it kind of redefines the metagame and what it looks like. But okay, it's going to be a Deoxys lead this time for King against the Skarmory. So both of very defensive Pokemon, both able to do some good neutral damage against each other. And oh, a switch out actually into Sableye. And both players opting for a switch. Okay.
Yeah, King following up on that switch immediately. Definitely the right choice here. Bringing out that Umbreon against Sableye. I'm excited to finally see Sableye, a Pokemon that's actually very popular in Great League, and I'm surprised that we haven't seen it until now. Yeah,
unfortunately Sableye maybe doesn't get the better end of this matchup in terms of damage output. Not able to do very much with his charge moves. Umbreon will be able to at least get a pretty strong foul play off. Well, it looks like a bunch of ones missed there, and potential shield used there from Carrymeh.
King maybe expecting the shield, not committing to the excellent damage there.
Yeah. As Sableye here goes for a foul play of its own, yeah, and it's really not doing too much. That shield there was able to obviously block all the damage earlier on, but King right now content to just trade damage. I think very happy to have gotten that shield off earlier. Looks like he is not going to commit the shield this time around. Makes sense because Sableye's attacks aren't doing much, but oh, it's actually Power Gem instead of Dark-type attack.
Yeah, nice coverage move there on Sableye, able to get some neutral damage across to this Umbreon.
Excellent attack comes out from King. No shield coming out this time from the Sableye. So
solid damage.
Oh, who's going to go down first? Looks like it's going to be Sableye.
And King does have that foul play ready to go. He'll probably commit to it right away.
Yeah, you can see him clicking as quickly as possible. Is going to be able to get it off. And I mean, that's a really big skill set in Pokemon Go, right? Being able to make sure you have enough energy just for something, even when you're very low. I think perfect usage there and brings Skarmory down to actually half already, which is very impressive.
Right, and when we saw King earlier not fully charging up his attack, his strategy may have been to not deal too much damage so that he could continue to use fast attacks to charge up extra energy. So really great foresight by King, having just enough energy to get that last foul play off.
Here we go. He still hasn't committed either shield, so you'd imagine this might finally be the time for one. He is going to use that first shield in an excellent position right now. He definitely has the health advantage. It's 2-2 right now, but he's about to be able to charge up this Rock Slide, so he's going to go for it. Is Carrymeh going to be able to block it this time around? King is able to connect with all of it so far, getting an excellent attack off. No shield, and that Skarmory now is so low.
Looks like Skarmory's going to go down before firing off one last charge attack. Carrymeh down to his last Pokemon, which is Tropius. Going to deal a lot of damage with that Razor Leaf, but this Rock Slide's going to come across and really hit hard.
I really love the switch that King made immediately into the Umbreon early on. I felt like it really kind of made the Sableye significantly weaker, especially because Sableye is such a good matchup against Deoxys. So both Pokemon kind of trading away right now, but it feels like King should be able to run away with this game, especially with the shields committed. The Rock Slide here should probably be able to finish off the Tropius. Is it enough? Let's see. Looks like it is. And King will be able to advance on to the winners finals in a 3-0 set. He is 6-0 throughout the course of this tournament right now. He has not dropped the game.
King, absolutely one of the most intense competitors. Again, despite his goal being becoming the best PvP coach,
Right.
not necessarily the best player, but of course, the best players